Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum. In the last episode, we recovered the magical golden necklace from the Nephilim fortress to the west of Formello. We managed to get a lot of experience for that. And I'm going to check, see what we got. So we're going to get rid of you. You escaped. Tower. Great cave. Didn't find anything about that. Perhaps he carried on somewhere else. Okay. Natural hot spring. Mushroom mill. Yep, that's the one about that. Okay, so basically we are going to continue our journey headed north. We explored the area to the west. So we're going to follow the road north. Because we are looking for... Well, apparently here we have the Cave of Motrax. So we'll find that soon enough. We're just going to follow the road. You encounter a group of Avernum soldiers patrolling these caverns for dangerous intruders. They nod at you briskly and move quickly by. They aren't the least bit interested in talking with you. Okay. So, Cave of Motrax is to the east. Fort Draco is to the west. So, yep. Let's explore this area then. We are going to go back. Just fill in some of this. How are the preferences doing? It's a bit... Yeah, it's a bit quick for me. Okay, if there's one thing you want to get used to, it's going to be tunnels. This place is a nightmare maze in so many cases. Okay. Tiny scraps of armour and bits of metal here provide evidence there was once a heavy battle here. The cave has an eerie feel to it. You feel like you aren't alone in here, like someone is watching you. You find a large heap of refuse left over from the battle. You pick through the scraps and rusty metal, but everything of value has been scattered and heavily picked through. You find nothing of value. Of course, this is a large cavern. There may be something useful here, and you just don't know where to find it. Okay, so we're going to add that to our note. There might be something in there, we just don't know how to find it. mean, to be fair, these parts aren't that much of a nightmare cavern. It's the odd. Because it's still fairly... What if there's a road going through it? You're fairly safe. Fight some rats. You dirty rat, you. Wow, look at that. Look at that flaming sword. Yeah, extra damage. We're liking that. Go. There's nothing there. So we're done. That's all. We don't need a lot of... Okay, where are we? Where's this? Okay. Outside the crypt. Oh, what crypt would this be? A middle-aged man with a scratchy beard and battered armour sits by the fire warming himself. He has a holy symbol and a dented mace. What are you guys doing here? He grunts. I and Yong Mi are adventurers. We're trying to get into the crypt. Are you sure this is a crypt? That's definitely what it is. I can sense the torment of the souls beyond. We hope to liberate them from their unholy bondage and pick up a treasure or two in the bargain. Do you know how to open the door? I haven't a clue. We've been here for some time trying to solve this dreaded quandary. Okay. Can you help me with something else? Greetings, fellow adventurer. Why do you travel on the paths of danger? Well, have to do something. I wasn't like this on the surface. I was a monk and a sage. But then I did something which angered my superiors. What were your superiors like? Positively awful men. Never understood the need for perfect grammar on the scrolls. The records were for posterity. Is it too much to ask that some effort be spent making them correct? He frowns. It would seem so. It was too much trouble for them. I criticised their hand in the scrolls one too many times, and here I am. Okay. So. Yong Mi. You meet a small woman with close-cropped hair. She seems to be mixing up some poison. Hi there, what are you making? Something nasty. I'm getting ready to enter the crypt. It'll be a tough haul, nasty and dangerous, he sighs, but better than the alternative. Can the alternative really be worse? Well, yes, I could be on the surface. I went into Avernum voluntarily. I may be the only one. Let's just say there was a marriage I wasn't interested in being part of. She looks at the substance she's grinding carefully, then she smiles. It's hard to get quality ingredients. What sort of ingredients do you use? Well, I've had the best luck with the poison glands of asps. Asps are hard to find, but their fangs make powerful poison if you can find a recipe. I'd teach you mine, but well, I don't want to, sorry. She smiles winningly. Still, there are some better things. What I could really use are some good arrows. What sort of arrows? Arrows of light and arrows of life would be really useful in here. The first slays demons, the latter slays undead. Both are rare as hell. Ah well, have to do things the old-fashioned way. Okay. Tell me about the crypt. The main problem now is figuring out how to get in. Spells and lockpicks haven't worked on the door yet, but we'll keep on it. There must be some way to open the door. So it's worth noting there's a crypt here. There is a huge door in the middle of this wall. The door is a flat, featureless, rectangular slab of stone. There is no handle or latch and no markings indicating who built this structure. You try briefly to get the door open, but you don't have any luck. It's too heavy for you to force it and there's no way to open it. Okay, we'll make a note of that. So that is there's a crypt. there. Cave of Mock Tracks. Polite guests only, please. So that's Mock Tracks cave in there. What's this say? Cave of Mock Tracks 1 mile south. Polite guests only, please. Okay. You enter this remote cavern and are enveloped in thick clouds of steam. It's hard to see in here, but you manage to make out several natural hot springs. You check the water. It's actually a comfortable temperature. A long hot soak later, you are fully clean and refreshed. These springs are wonderful. Some enterprising Avernite should open a spa here. Yes, so these are the hot springs that Gary is looking for by the sounds of it. So maybe we should go and tell him that we found them. I mean, it's only a quick trip. Okay. And then we can head back and go and see Mock Tracks. What do we think? Let's do that, I think. Because that's pretty much all there is that we can do in this area for now. So, other than going to see Mock Tracks, we're going to be heading on to Fort Draco. If you remember, Gary is in Silver. Oh, Gary, my old mate. Me old mucker. Hey, I found a hot spring. Excellent, thank you for your help. In return for your services, here is 100 gold. He pays you and treats to a round of mushroom beer as well. Hopefully one day I will have a resort there, providing expensive services to all Avernites. So, Gary, what do you have on tap? Like a tall beer? We don't really need it, but I'd have a private room. And that, no, I ain't that evil to you. We're gonna go back now. So we can go through here. See. Outdoor section, yes. Grimmet, ancient crypt. Great cave. Okay, so we never found out what to do. We heading up to Formello though. Maybe he carried on past Formello. We can keep that. Something about the Orb of Franley. Found one of them blue crystals. Friendly spiders. Natural hot spring, yes, that's the one. We'll get rid of you. Great meal. Speak to the dragon Motrax. Okay. So. Yep, quite a bit of travelling. We'll stick to the roads now. So look, I'm going to do 268, so still not enough for anything from Formello, but we can always get it on the way back, right? So, Motrax's cave. Let's go and have a look. Okay. Cave of Motrax. Report to barracks before entering. Do not unnecessarily disturb the dragon. Bodes well. So we can go to one below. Okay, mage. Light it up, please. So basically this is the horizontal, the bit that we can do. Ooh, hello. Nothing there. Okay. Well, we can have your mushrooms. Okay. You walk back to the sign you just passed and look at it again. Your eyes didn't deceive you. It said what you thought it said. A dragon lives here. A dragon named Motrax. Before you came to Avernum, you didn't think any dragons still existed in the world. The Empire tried hard to slaughter them all, just like they wiped out every other magical creature on the surface, everything from gremlins to griffins. When you realised that dragons still existed, though, you had a strange feeling, a mixture of fear and elation. True, dragons could be sinister, deadly, avaricious creatures, seldom to be trusted. Yet you could not help feel the world was poorer without them. So this is the barracks. I thought it was. You see a skinny man in nice steel armour, walking around taking care of the business of the fort. He's almost manic. He can't seem to slow down. Is this where I need to report before entering further? Yep. I greet visitors to the cave. I also guard things I need to be guarding. I am a visitor. He goes into his prepared greeting speech, quivering with happiness. All visitors are welcome to the cave of Motrax, to greet the Ancient One, to teach and learn. The rules are simple. Stay on the rock path and behave. What rock path? Oh well, we cleaned it up a lot. I guess there's no path there anymore. Well, just only walk between here and the lair of the dragon. Don't take any side passages or you'll end up really regretting it. Remember that. Directly here to the dragon and directly back, or it's not safe. Where should we stay on the path? When visiting Motrax, go north through the main cave. He'll be in the second cave in. He throws trash into the tunnels to the west and lives in the tunnels to the east. I recommend against going into his home. He probably wouldn't like it. He has some nasty fire lizard pets who live off his trash. They're quite nasty. Can you help me with something else? Do you like all this guarding? He straightens up. It's a dull job. With Motrax around, only a fool would cause trouble. I mainly greet people and take care of my cats. You have cats here? Where are they? Sure. They go with me wherever I'm stationed. Delta and Epsilon are the names. They should be in the cave. Motrax loves them. Yep. Motrax loves cats. There's a dragon who loves cats. Delta and Epsilon, aren't those strange names? I got them from Motrax. Heard him mumbling something about something, and it involved a lot of weird letters and the words Delta and Epsilon. And I liked them, so I named my cats after it. Makes sense, huh? Okay. So we've done that bit of duty, and that was cool. Nothing in there we can get. Don't need a 9 longsword. Okay. Don't find anything. Nothing there to get. Let's look in B. No. Darts, they're not ours. G. Arrows, but not ours. F. No. H. No. And C. No. So that comes out to there. Not really need to worry about it. We're heading back in here anyway. Nothing in there. And there's nothing in there worth taking. Okay. B. Guest quarters. Okay, let's see who's staying here then. Talking to good witch Marion. You meet a woman in long sparkling robes. Her robes are made of the normal rough Avernum cloth, but silver threads woven through it make the garment glitter in the dim lights of Avernum. She displays a constant smile and seemingly boundless energy. Have you been in these caves long? I've been here for a year now, conversing with, teaching and learning from Motrax. What do you know of Motrax? He is the ancient dragon of the cave. He knows so much of all the Avernum tunnels and of the races in them. Are you researching the tunnels for a reason? I hope one day to plumb into his memory and find knowledge of a tunnel to the surface world. Then I can escape this host pit. That she looks at you shyly, and maybe take the captain with me. Which captain? She grins very broadly. Co's the captain here. If I left, I'd have to take him with. He's good to have around. Ooh, okay. So they kind of fancy each other then. It's pirate sheep, don't need that. What about you? Talking to Leaf. Oh yeah, this is Leaf. You can see a tall, thin man with a long beard. He is old and frail, but you can feel great power coming from him. What occupies your time here? I grow old and I learn from the dragon. Do you know the dragon well? We understand each other, though when he has reached my age, he was still but an infant. I still find that we think surprisingly alike. And one day he will mourn me. Will he really mourn your passing? He nods solemnly. Yes, it gives my spirit great comfort to know it will be mourned by something so ancient. Okay. Do you know anything about a magical flying sphere? Sphere? Oh, you must mean Franley's orb. It was brought down here by the first visitors long ago. Years I spent trying to find it, knowing the gift of flight might help me escape, but I never did and eventually gave up. I never could find it. I did find out that Franley met his end while navigating the water maze. Tell me about this maze. It's a bizarre mess of waterfalls to the west of the Sivserake lands. Very dangerous and difficult to explore. I read an account that he went in hoping to use the orb to save himself from disaster and never came out again. To get there, take a boat to Fort Dranon and sail west. Then keep sailing west, far past the Sliff fortresses. Okay, that's worth it. So it's somewhere there. Maybe we'll find out at some point. Well, we'll find out at some point, but maybe we'll see when that is important to us. Okay. D, there's a dress, we don't need that. And sandals, which we don't need. Room inspection. Don't need those either. Nope. I mean, I could take some of these. I don't want to. That's the way to put it. Let's look. What's in here? That's just webs. Okay. So look in B. First aid kit. Okay. We don't need a first aid kit. Already got one. F. We don't need the torches. 10 pounds of mushrooms and 3 pounds of dried meat. Okay. I, no. G, no. C, no. A, trash. G, all the way round. Healing herbs. Yay! Wasn't totally a waste of time. Should we go and see about trying to play Cupid? We met someone named Marion. She seemed quite fond of you. Saying this sets off a very impressive display. First he stutters, then he splutters, then he twitches a bit while turning red and struggling to talk. Finally, with great effort, he manages to say, "Oh, yes, and I have her." Thank you. So, they certainly like each other then. You mentioned your name to Ko. It made him somewhat nervous. Yes, that's him. It took several months to get a good conversation out of him. Things progressed well from there. Okay. I think that's about it. Some cats. Basically, it's not much. It's a cave here. And Motrax. Hello, Motrax. The floor of this cave has been worn smooth by dragon freak passing over it time after time for centuries. In the centre of the chamber is a stone platform, recently erected by humans for the comfort of Motrax. Okay. Let's talk to Motrax. You stand before a dragon. He is green with reddish highlights and towers high above you. The dull colour of his skin and the cracks in his wings make you guess he is old, very, very old. He stares at you with frighteningly wise eyes. Okay. What are you? He sighs. A small wisp of flame comes out. I am an ancient dragon, long past my prime. I do not roam the caves and hunt any more, but instead devote myself to scholarly pursuits and playing with my cats. His voice is rich and deep, and you have to concentrate to keep it from hypnotising you. You like cats? Yes, quite a lot. Remarkable little creatures. I don't know how I lived without them. Aww. How old are you? 1,000 years I have been alive. I hope for 1,000 more. They will be quiet years filled with contemplation, not battle. Have you fought many battles? Yes, I have fought numerous battles with Slivserake, with humans, and with my brothers. Where are your brothers now? I call the other dragons in these caves my brothers, but don't be mistaken, we're not hatched from like broods, and we are not all males of the species. Are there many other dragons? There are 5 of them living in these caves. Myself, reclusive Avernum, cruel Pyrog, Rise Cloth, and sulphurous strongest of them all. He sighs. They are all young compared to me. We are estranged. I prefer not to speak to them. So let's record the 5 dragons. So there's Motrax, there's Avernum, Pyrog, Koth, and Sulphurous. Curious about something else. Okay. I thought the Empire had killed all the dragons. I've been down here for centuries, long before the Empire commenced their savage genocide against my kind. Do you know anything about a sphere? He thinks. One of the first visitors brought a sphere that allowed flight. His name was Franley. I've been trying to find out more, but I've had no luck. Someone in Formella wants me to find a certain scroll on religious history. Ah, well, I can see why you would ask me, but I am not half the historian some of you humans think I am. The dragon Koth, far to the west, is the collector of magical tomes of all sorts. You should ask him for his help. Koth, far to the west. Are you sure that you don't have the scroll on clerical history? Absolutely positive. As I said, you should find the dragon Koth for that. What are you? Okay. How do you devote yourself to scholarly pursuits down here? I have humans come here and I learn of their ways and of the land above ground. I would like to visit. Alas, your leaders would no doubt cast me below again at best. He chuckled smokily. I like you humans, despite our first meeting. What happened at the first meeting? I met some of those in the first visitation. What is this first visitation? His head rears back in surprise. You haven't learned of the visitation yet? When those above, in the Empire, found these caves, they sent a large force below, led by a small group of powerful adventurers, bearing powerful magic. The Sorry Band hoped to subdue those of us in the underworld. They were arrogant, they were stupid, and they were slaughtered. How were they slaughtered? In many different ways. A group of them came here, fleeing a band of sliffs. They dared to demand I help them. I refused, he chuckles. They attacked. I slew them and cast aside their paltry treasures. Another band, came humbly this time asking for sanctuary. I refused them, though they offered me a bribe. What was the second band's bribe? A stone key which they found somewhere far to the west. I was so enraged by their attack that I threw them out and their trinket with them. They can't have gotten far before the sliffs got them. They went southeast. Okay. You make note of this. What has my leftovers go to my pets. Stupid smaller cousins who live down the tunnel to the west. I recall giving their trinkets to my pets to play with. You know, those trinkets are probably still there, even after all those years. You may take them if you want. Be careful, though. My pets anger easily. I'm curious about something else. What are you? How old are you? What major battles were you in? He launches into a rambling tale of a battle between himself and some huge demon, which he calls a Heike. He seems unsure if he told you the story before. For a moment, his eyes lose their sharp focus, but then his memory returns to him. Have you fought many battles? What was the battle with the Slevserike like? They are my brothers in cold blood, but in no other way. There are many of them who are kind and wise, but the Slevserike who live nearby are exiles from their race. They are cruel and dangerous. I remember once they had the gall to attack my home. He tells the story of the battle, a story of blood and fire, ending in his total victory over the Slivs. Okay. So we're going to save. Tunnel to the west. So we're going to head east. Okay. There are several huge piles of rounding stones to the west, stacked and arranged in the form of a comfortable bed for mott tracks. Looking around the pile, you can see old withered dragon skells by the dozen, but none of the heaps of loot dragons are renowned for gathering. Okay. Gonna save you, let's carry on. Now we can't actually get anywhere further. We know there's somewhere over there, we just can't get there yet. So we're not going to bother. For now anyway. Maybe there's another way. But do we really want to anger a dragon by trying to invade his home and steal his treasure? Of course not. Not when we can. Anger. Fire drakes. Lots and lots of fire drakes. Ah! I think we're gonna need healing for this. Quite a bit. Okay, the mage, we want you to... See, so we've killed a fire drake. These fire drakes ain't so tough. Said nobody ever. So we're going to go back in and explore. Iron javelin. No miss already. Okay, we need you there. Okay. Priesty, 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 priest. We need you to haste. Zala. No targets visible. Okay. See what I mean? We're gonna have some fun. This is gonna be a fun little excursion. Whoa! We need to lure them about. 5 lizard drakes. That ain't happening. Watch this die. Okay. dust. So, if we want to look around there, we need, basically we're going to have to that ain't going to work. I don't think we can get to them where they are. They're just too defended. There is something I can do though. Time to start thinking tactically. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Right. So. Okay. So I can do it, I can kill one. There's just... they're too... We're going to need some help. Okay. Coming in. I need you to cast... Got bolts, slowing, minor call, lightning, ice lances, create illusions, bind foe, bolt of fire, cool beast. No. See, this isn't particularly good. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of them to get there. And the best ways to think is how best to approach them. Because there's 5 there, they breathe. It's not like I can lure them out. Yes, I can't lure them out, they're too defended there. So we may have to come back later. But we got some experience for the ones we've killed already. So I'm not too upset about that. There's nothing wrong. Discretion is the better part of valor, as they say. And we killed a good couple of fire drakes, so just not too shabby. In the slightest, as far as I'm concerned. We are going to go back to Formello. And I'm going to inform Mother Claudette that we weren't able to find the scroll from Motrax and see what she says. Should probably just keep it on slow, to be honest. We don't mind a bit of you're being a bit too fast during the combat. And I'll say, because I mean, this is alright, but this is terribly slow. want to do is walk, and the whole map is going really slow. And it's not a processor thing, it's a game speed thing. Okay. Excuse me, ma'am, can you help me? Is there anything you can't cure? Need the services of a healer. Can you help us learn things? What would you be doing if... What do you know about the mare? Oh, she's been much happier since you returned her necklace. It was a great bit of assistance for us, and it has reduced my labours considerably. Thank you. What would you be doing right now if were it not for the wars and evil and such? I'd be doing okay. We were able to speak with Motrax. You tell Claudette about your meeting with Motrax, mentioning how he didn't know anything useful, but that the dragon cough might. How unfortunate, she says. Still, I should pay you for your efforts. She removes a ruby from her pouch and hands it to you. If you ever speak to Koff, and if you can get from him what I'm looking for, I will reward you further. Okay. We haven't been able to reach the dragon Koff. Oh, I'm not surprised. I've never even heard of him. If you find him, though, and you can discover any historical scrolls for me, I would be even more appreciative. So, she wants historical scrolls. And we've got a ruby. This is a gemstone, valuable and lovely. Avernum has a reasonable quantity of metal and gem resources, or that sometimes lacks the tools to exploit them fully. So, sell the ruby. Sell some armor. Sell you for 174. It's good. 442. Okay. Let's have a look and see what we can do. Let's have, because info wise, yeah, you've got curing, you've got battle rage, so really we want shielding. Okay. So we want shielding. Level 2. Which does what exactly? Shielding. Create a stronger shield and at highest level other useful benefits. So it might be worth having a look with our new shielding then to see whether that will make a difference. Not sure it will, but it's fine. And if we look on how much... I mean, we're 90 shy of getting another level, to be honest. It's not too bad. But we'll talk to Gad. Okay, I want a drink. Thank you. And then we'll have the cheap room. Conversation ends. So we are going to leave it there at just over an hour. The last 15 minutes or so in the cave of Motrax was basically reloading, but that's fine. I'm not too bothered about that. I just wanted to show you just how tough this game can be. It's free. It's free roaming for certain areas, so you can easily end up in areas out of your depth, so you have to know when to come back and when to basically go and grind or do something else. So anyway, this has been Vane doing Let's Play Avernum. If you like what you see in here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon, and until next time, goodbye.